Welcome back, everybody. One-of-a-kind watercolor paintings embodying the city we love. Local artist Avery Price is highlighting our capital city in such a vibrant way through coloring Austin. She's here to tell us more about her work, and we're happy to have her. Avery, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so cool. You get to work as an artist full-time, which is not an easy feat, my friend. I want to ask how you got into art in the first place, and specifically the medium that you work with, which is this gorgeous watercolor.
Thank you. Well, I've always wanted to be an artist since I was a little girl, so that was always the plan growing up. Ended up going to school for it, and I studied some oil painting, came back to Austin, and I kind of took a break from art, and I needed an easy medium to get back into it. I was in a small apartment, and watercolor ended up being my medium, and I fell in love with it, and it's been so much fun since.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. You said to me off camera, the change from oil painting to watercolor painting might be a bigger gap than people realize.
Yes.
So can you talk to me about the difference between those two as an artist?
Yes, so oil is a lot of building up color and very vibrant. Watercolor is more so building up in layers, but also looking for kind of working backwards. So looking for those white spaces in the beginning versus in oil painting, you kind of add those white spaces at the end and highlight. So it's been very interesting. Also watercolor, you can't really paint over it. So you kind of have
you can't hide your sin.
No, so it's pretty unforgiving, which makes it a fun, challenging medium, and I've really enjoyed it.
Well, and of course you have to be very skilled to do what you do, and I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I love seeing some really recognizable things here on the table. So I want to ask about why Austin specifically. You say businesses, landscapes, architecture are so much of the inspiration for your work.
Oh yes, I am a born and raised Austinite. I love this city so much, and I decided to start painting Austin businesses because I just got so inspired by the stories behind all, keep Austin weird, shop local, and every one of these businesses have such passionate, wonderful people and stories behind it. So it's been really fun for me to highlight those through my work.
That is so cool. Yeah, I see Uchi, good food, Clark's Oyster Bar, Ski Shores, which I think a lot of locals will know, but Amy's Ice Cream too. And they're really fun and very vibrant pieces that you've put on such a small space, actually. Do you enjoy working kind of in a tinier mode?
Yeah, it's kind of fun, and I get more, like by working so small, I kind of get creative freedom to kind of what I want to highlight, and it means I could paint a lot too, so I kind of use it as my journal of my Austin adventures. But yeah, it's kind of fun to keep it more contained and more concise.
And it brings us to our next point, which is that our producer Blake found a mini art stand over the weekend with his wife, and it got a sweet little print out, and was so impressed by it, and that's the reason we've been able to find you. So talk to us about what the mini art stand is all about, because there are a couple locations, right?
Yes, so Austin Mini Art, it's another husband and wife duo company, and they have put these mini art vending machines in several hotels and several businesses where you can purchase for $4 to $3 these
that's nothing.
2-inch by 3-inch little pieces of fine art from local artists, and it's been great as like a take home and a really
Austin
fun
souvenir.
Yes, affordable, great local art.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So I think about the fact that your work is so valuable. Is neat maybe though to have so many prints be able to be sold. And do people get to pick, or is it totally random?
It's totally random, but typically I think it's 4 to 6 different prints that you can get, and they're kind of methodically placed, so you can kind of collect
stand
them.
around.
Yeah, you can kind of collect all the different variations and prints.
And
offered.
these are 2 of the prints that are on offer right
Yes.
now. Is that right?
Yes,
They're beautiful.
Thank you. And those are at the Line Hotel currently, and we're working on a second collection for the Line Hotel right now as well. Yeah, it's been really fun.
I love that. Okay, we touched on this earlier, but I do want to go back to it before we let your beautiful brain go. Is some of the differences between watercolor painting and every other type of painting out there. Is there anything that's surprising that people may not know?
Yeah, I think typically when people think of watercolor, I think they think soft and kind of whimsical, which it can be, and that's beautiful. But how I've used watercolor that I've really loved is it could be vibrant and bold and a big statement, which I think is surprising in approaching watercolor.
Absolutely. And I mean, I told you I've taken all of 2 watercolor classes with my mother-in-law. Good morning, Cindy, in the last year. But the fact that you might paint your canvas with water before you ever start putting color down, it really is working your brain in a totally different way.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. And it's quite a fun process going through it, and kind of a good mental challenge, but it's been really fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cool. And I think, to your point, so whimsical, but the fact that you can read this lettering so well, I mean, it just speaks to the fact that you have such a fine hand.
Oh,
yeah. I'm really impressed. All right, let's talk about what's ahead for you. You said, of course, you can't give away all the details, but there are some fun things in the works.
Yes. So more locations for awesome mini art in a couple of places. I think our next one is the Thinkery.
Oh, great.
Which will be fun.
That'll be
and
great.
a whole specific collection for that. And then a few local hotels. You might see my work in some of their check presenters or postcards and stuff like that.
Oh, that's really exciting. Yeah. And if someone is interested in maybe a picture just for themselves, whether it's asking you for something custom or just ordering one of your beautiful pieces, can they do that?
Yes, they can find me on my website, coloringaustin.com. And then also, if you follow me on Instagram at coloringatx, I keep all of my events and projects up to date on there.
Sounds good to me. Well, Avery, I'm very impressed, my friend. It was so nice to meet you.
It was great to meet you.
And congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see what's next. All right, guys, for your very own original piece of art by Avery, visit coloringaustin.com. Make sure to follow her on social media as well at coloringatx.